Did you get your wish room from Poppy?
Hello there.
Hello, Amit. Do I recall you saying that...
I did. I mean, I do. Speak it. Is this to do with the goblin I saw you with in Hogsmeade?
It is. His name is Lodgok. We could use your help with something. He's waiting for me near a goblin mine. Would you be willing to help?
Of course. How exciting. I mean, well, might this be dangerous?
I think he simply wants to show me something that involves gobbledygook. If it helps.
Good to hear. Good to hear. If Sirona trusts him, then I feel much better.
You said you know gobbledygook.
I've been reading it for as long as I've been reading English. Once I grew bored with the classics, I devoured goblin writings. I'd tell you...
Have you ever spoken?
Unbelievably, no. I'm so looking forward to it. Cannot wait to confirm subtle bits of pronunciation and tone that may have eluded me.
Lodgok is waiting. Shall we go?
Of course. I just want to check the pronunciation of...
High Wing, go! Could it be a Merlin trial? Revelio. I should investigate. Wingardium Leviosa. Revelio. Revelio. Bombarda. Revelio. Confringo. A friend who speaks gobbledygook is meeting us. Before he arrives, perhaps you could tell...
Of course. Unfortunately, presenting Ranrock with the Helmet of Urtkot did not have the effect I'd hoped. Because he knew the details surrounding its plunder, he presumed I'd had help from a witch or wizard in retrieving it.
How else did he expect Goblinkind to get the helmet back? Seems...
I'm afraid we do not have the luxury of rational Damn Bragbor and his blasted...
Bragbor?
An ancestor of Ranrock's, renowned metalworker. Not long ago, Ranrock sent me to collect a recently unearthed set of Bragbor's journals. They described repositories that Bragbor had been commissioned to build for a group of witches and wizards.
What do you mean, repositories?
Large, magically fortified receptacles crafted from goblin metal. Ranrock recruited others to locate the repositories. We were to search anywhere that was connected to 5 names mentioned in the journals: Rackham, Fitzgerald, Bakar, Morganach, and Rookwood.
Rookwood Castle.
That is where we began our search.
Why does Ranrock care so much about these repositories?
He cares about what they contain. For centuries, wizards have refused to share their magical knowledge with goblins. Your kind will not even let us carry wands. Thus, many goblins, myself included, have spent our lives mistrusting wizard kind. Ranrock was convinced that the repositories contained a magical power that wizards wanted to keep for themselves. He is determined to take it for goblin kind. But
Here comes my friend Amit. Probably best to continue our conversation later.
Greetings, Lord Gok. It is an honor, sir.
You speak gobbledygook.
Oh, Bacalio.
Enough. Please do not tell me that was meant to be gobbledygook.
Well, yes. Perhaps my pronunciation was a bit off. I imagine certain dialects differ.
Pronunciation is not the issue. I barely recognize that as language. I trust you can read gobbledygook better than you can speak it?
I can, Sir Lord Gok.
Just Lodgok. Thankfully, we only need someone who can decipher written plans, since I cannot join you in the mine.
What written plans? And why can't you come with us?
We need some idea of what Ranrock knows or is plotting. I suspect a careless loyalist may have left plans behind. And I'm unable to join you because I cannot risk anyone reporting my presence to Ranrock. All you need to do is not be seen, either by the eye above the enchanted door or a loitering loyalist.
What else should we know about the enchanted door?
The door will not open while the eye can see you. You and your friend must be invisible to it to gain access. From what I know of wizard magic, that shouldn't be too difficult to achieve.
Our meet and I can do this.
I will await your return. I shall see you soon.
The door is looking at us.
Yes, of course. Books so rarely prepare one for reality. A real goblin mine. It's even grander than I had expected.
Revelio.
I cannot believe I met a goblin.
Let's just learn what we can and get out.
Look at this lift. Impressive workmanship for so simple a device.
Impressive workmanship aside, it's the only way forward.
These machines operate on steam. Interesting.
Revelio.
I still can't believe we're inside a real goblin mine.
Revelio.
I've read about mines like this, but it seems like something else altogether.
Revelio. We need to be careful. As I'm sure you know, not all goblins are as friendly as Lodgok, to say the least.
Watch your step round here. Matter of time till Ranrock sets things right. Ranrock is sure to appreciate the extra work we're doing.
We're being watched. By a door.
Where are those plans gone? I had schematics in my hand a moment ago. Ranrock is...
We won't get through as long as we can be seen by that eye.
That was a little more than I'm used to.
I'll get us through here safely, Amit. You have my word. I should use disillusionment. That eye won't see a thing. Revelio.
Wingardium Leviosa.
Confringo!
I feel like a character from one of the adventure books I read during the summer holidays.
Let's take a look around, Amit. See if we can find any plans.
Bound to be plans around here somewhere.
Revelio.
A schematic. They're building something. I can't quite make it out. Curious. Let me know if you see any more plans or schematics. We can't return to Lodgok empty-headed.
Revelio.
Fascinating to see gobbledygook written in a goblin hand. The flourishes are extraordinary. I will get to the bottom of what they've been building down here.
Revelio.
If I'm translating this correctly, and I think that I am, they're building something rather large. But what? There must be more notes around here. What could they be building?
Who's out there?
is too much.
Stay close. I've handled much worse.
Another boiler. This place is more complex than I had expected.
Revelio.
Another schematic. What are they going to build? This mine is too small for whatever it is.
Accio. Confringo. Accio. Revelio. Revelio. Forza. Revelio.
Devil's snare. Nasty stuff if we're not careful.
Not an entanglement we need right now. Lumos. Revelio. Revelio. Lumos. Revelio. Revelio. Revelio.
Who's that? One less human to worry about.
How many of them are there?
That should be the last of them, Amit. Revelio.
Yes, of course.
Revelio. Confringo. Revelio.
This is not good. They're building enormous drills, bigger than this mine could contain.
Let's get out of here and tell Lodgok what we found.
I need a moment to catch my breath. This was more than I bargained for.
I'm glad you came with me, Amit. Now that we know what they're up to, we can get out of here. Revelio. We're almost out of here, Amit. Look, the lift.
A welcome sight indeed. Can we please talk about what...
That wasn't so bad, was it?
It was. It really was. I'm afraid I've had enough adventure for one.
Thank you, Amit. I couldn't have done it without you. Now,
Understood? Your goblin secrets are safe with me, but I get to write the book. Without further ado, adieu.
they're building enormous drills. We found their plans.
I fear you are correct. Other than Rookwood Castle, how...
I've been wondering about something else you said before we...
Yes?
If you share Ranrock's views, then why are you helping me?
I expected Rookwood Castle to be deserted when I arrived to begin my search. So was surprised to find... a witch there who had set up a sort of improvised research site. She was studying something so intently that she almost didn't notice me. When she looked up, I thought she would react with fear or disdain. But instead she did something that I will never forget. Without a moment's hesitation, she smiled and asked me to sit with her. She told me that she was a researcher and showed me a small, oddly shaped container with a strange symbol on it. She was certain it was made of goblin metal, but was unable to open it. She wanted to work together.
Miriam.
Yes. But how did you...
Professor Fig's wife. He told me of her research, and I know of the container.
Ah. The reverence with which she talked of goblins and their intelligence and skill, it caught me entirely off guard. I'd never been treated with such respect by a witch or wizard. So, to my surprise, I let her study the container if she would allow me to search the castle on my own. We parted ways, with her promising to share what she'd learned. More of Ranrock's recruits arrived, and we began to dig, eventually locating the first repository. Ranrock was thrilled with our discovery, but furious when I told him about Miriam. Berated me for trusting a witch, and I heard she had been killed.
You think Ranrock murdered her?
I don't want to believe it, but I don't know. After that, something shifted in me. I had seen how the power from the repositories was transforming Ranrock, transforming all of them. I could no longer remain a part of it.
Thank you, Lodgok, for telling me this.
I tell you all of this so that you understand what is at stake. Ranrock never found all of Bragbor's journals, but the ones he did find suggest that Bragbor at some point built a repository far greater in size than the one beneath Rookwood Castle. What you've discovered here today worries me deeply. If Ranrock learns of the location of that repository, I fear we shall be destined for a great war. I will find out what Ranrock knows. Watch for my owl.
Revelio.
Only a hairy half. You can stop at the.
Mrs. Rabe should be nearby.
Oh, Isco, what have I done?
Mrs. Rabe, I wondered if I might speak with you about Theophilus Harlow.
Poor Joanna and little Archie. And now
What do you mean? Why?
I'm a security guard at Gringotts, and my husband is a curse breaker for them. Harlow approached me about helping him extort my colleagues into giving him treasures from the vaults.
And you declined?
Of course I declined. Repeatedly. I thought they'd given up, until I came home one night and found my husband gone, and a note affixed to my door with a knife. The note stated that I only had a few days to reconsider helping with some banking needs, and that my husband would appreciate it if I acted quickly. But the help Harlow wants is help that I cannot give, and my dearest Isco is paying the price.
Why wouldn't Harlow extort your husband?
Isco's job is even more removed from the vaults than mine. He travels the world for the bank. He could do nothing for Harlow. I'm the one in the bank on a daily basis, which evidently makes...
Have you helped Harlow since your husband was taken?
No, I'm worried sick about Isco, but he'd never want me to... That said, I was hoping he would have escaped by now.
Are you sure the note means that your husband...
What else could it possibly mean? Besides, I came home to... It may sound silly, but those were Isco's pride and...
Thank you, Mrs. Rabe. Knowing the lengths that...
Mr. Bickle was trying to help us, but now he's...
I shall do all I can to get evidence.
Very well. Here's the note I received.
Some evidence worth hanging on to.
Thank you. I hope it's not too late.
Now, to find Mr. Bickle's other two friends. Otto Dibble works at Gladrags. I should check there.
Please tell me you didn't take it. But perhaps it's been here all along.
Mr. Dibble, may I speak with you?
I've nothing to say about him.
Please, sir, I'd like to help.
You know the Bickles?
I know Mr. Hill. He was kind to me the day of the troll attack.
Oh, he's a good man. But even... It started a few weeks ago. I was distracted, reading. I hid the note behind the counter and offered to help him. He stared at me for a moment, then asked me to check on an order he'd placed. I went into the storeroom to check on what turned out to be a non-existent order. When I returned, he was holding the note.
What was in the note?
It was a note from Rosie Hill, Mr. Hill's daughter. You see, we've been, well, secretly engaged these past 6 months. We haven't told Mr. Hill yet. Harlow advised me in no uncertain terms that my relationship with Rosie, not to mention my employment here...
What does he ask you to do?
It all happened so quickly. In an instant, he took he said, "Your secret is safe as long as I can supply my lady friend with delightful items like this." I've been able to cover for his requests until now but I can't keep it out for much longer. I'm terrified.
Could you give me a bit more detail about the note?
It's on Rosie's special pink stationery. It has her monogram at the top, RH. That's how Mr.
What have you been doing to keep...
Well, as I mentioned, creative bookkeeping. And I've also been trying to cover... Of course, none of this bodes well for my efforts to improve my circumstances and to be worthy.
I met Mr. Hill the day of the troll attack. He was kind to me. Why don't you just tell him?
He's a lovely man. But when it comes to Rosie, I fear he loses all perspective. He'd see this as a grave betrayal. I'd lose my job instantly, and Rosie as well.
Thank you for telling me. I'm gathering evidence to take Harlow down.
I would love nothing more than to see him rotting in Azkaban, but be careful. As for Rosie's letter, should you happen upon it, I have
Understood.
Now hurry off before Mr. Hill returns. Where was I?
We're on the right track. Now to find the last of Mr. Bickle's friends. Scrubber's Filbert must be around here somewhere.
Hello there.
Excuse me, Mr. Filbert. I wondered if I might speak with you about your dealings with Theophilus Harlow.
Oh, tragic what happened to Bickle. He wanted me to speak out against Harlow for an act, but I feared Harlow's retaliation.
If you had spoken out against him as Mr. Bickle asked...
Perhaps, but...
You said that Harlow committed an act of violence against you.
Before my extraordinary wife, Dulcibella, passed away, as a surprise for her birthday, one she never had the chance to celebrate, one day Harlow came calling to punish me for having spoken out against the Neanderthals that comprised Rookwood's lot. Before I knew it, I'd been petrified, and Harlow was rifling through my home. He found the book of poetry, with its exquisite gold plating. I watched helplessly, lying there in my entranceway. I was shaken to my core.
I imagine you fear Harlow retaliating again, but do you mind?
I suppose I have no choice. Harlow does not like people talking, as you already know.
I've spoken with Mr. Bickle's friends. Now to find Natty. It's not like Natty to be late. She said she was going to the Hog's Head. Perhaps I'll find her there. Does it get any more cozy than Hogsmeade? Natty must be around here somewhere. Revelio. Natty's wand. She can cast without it. She wanted me to find this. She's in trouble. Revelio will show me where she was taken. What do we have here? A demiguise. Revelio.
Nosy little students get what's coming to them.
Anyone can run a shop.
Natty must have been taken this way. I need to find her quickly. The footprints led to this room. There must be another way forward. Accio! Hidden door. Natty must have been taken this way. I need to find her quickly. I'd better be sure I'm not seen.
It's not gonna work.
Mine.
Stupid one. Killer. Stupid one.
Arrogant enough to come in here alone.
Stupid one.
Quite productive, aren't we?
I'm not
Bombarder. Confringo. Revelio. The book of poems that was taken from Agabus Filbert. He'll be thrilled to have this back. Revelio.
Did you hear
Lumos.
Afraid knew you were still hanging about. Do that again, and I'll squash you like the insect you are.
Shame nobody saw that. And he must be here somewhere. Revelio. Rabe, Daisy told me you'd been abducted.
You spoke with my wife. How is she?
Worried about you. Are you all right?
I am all right. Thank you for coming. These locks are cursed, and there's an anti-apparition jinx on the cells. I need you to find my wand. Well done. I knew it was nearby. Now, you best stand back. One never knows how a curse will react to being broken.
Revelio.
Thank you, Mr. Isco.
My pleasure. And thank you, my friend. We owe our lives to your bravery. I may be too weak to disapparate with you both, but I can try.
You go ahead. Find Officer Singer. We will get out of here on our own.
Very well. But be careful. Thank you, my young friends.
Be prepared for a fight. These Ashwinders must pay. Hush now. Let's find Officer Singer and put an end to Harlow once and for all.
Natsai Onai. I should have known. And you, the troll dispatcher. Oh, thank goodness the two of you are safe. Isco Rabe told me a couple of students had rescued him. Should have known it was you two.
Is Mr. Rabe all right?
He is. I sent him home to his wife. Miss Onai, your mother will not be pleased to learn that you're still risking your safety pursuing these dangerous men.
Actually, Officer Singer, Natty and I learned of several Hogsmeade residents who've had their lives threatened by the Ashbinders. In addition to abducting Mr. Rabe, to blackmail his wife and Natty, Rookwood and Harlow have also extorted Agabus Filbert and Otto Dibble.
I will look into all of that. As for the two of you, I appreciate what you're trying to do, but you are taking great risk. Next time...
With all due respect, Officer...
There's more to taking down an organization like the Ashwinders than simply I must insist that you leave them to us. Natsai, you may wish to speak with your mother about this before I do.
My mother will not like this.
Protego!
Thank you again for rescuing me. We shall speak soon.
I think I know how and where to approach the centaurs about protecting the Snidgets. Meet me in the Forbidden Forest.